good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world, in this universe. Welcome to Get a Life Astrology. I am TMZ, teaching everyone abundantly, empowering many. Zakia, enlightening every day. Get a Life Astrology means simply getting, growing into divine adults and loving yourself forever. Excuse me, we are still close to this Mercury retrograde and it's going to be a heavy one. And let's get started. We're just reminding you of a few transits going on currently. As you can see in the slides, we have significant transits. We have the moon in my moon, Capricorn. It is May the 28th, 2021, by the way. Eastern Standard Time. It is after midnight. The moon just went into Capricorn right before the day switch. So it was in Capricorn about 11 o'clock hour on May the 27th. So it's currently at 0 degrees, going into 1 because the moon moves every 2.5 days. So it just moved into Capricorn. It is at the 0 degree, and by the end of the night, it'll be at the 1 degree. So it is transiting Jupiter, which is at the 1 degree. The moon again is in Capricorn, sextiling, which is a good aspect between the water signs or any element signs, the same elements. So this one, I'm sorry, the compatible elements. So the moon is in Capricorn in a earth sign, compatible with Jupiter in Pisces, a water sign. This moon sextiling, which is a good collaboration between the elements. This moon sextiling Jupiter at 1 degree tonight. Our emotions and reactions are on a high and expanded. However, the moon in Capricorn is kind of like an emotionless. It doesn't react as much as other moons do. So it's hardworking, and with Jupiter, it is creative. It is joyful and it is confident. And this is a transit where cooperation of emotions can help with your abundance. So basically get those emotions in order. It is a good day to be hardworking at that so that you can create more and enjoy the abundance of Jupiter being in Pisces. The moon is again in Capricorn. It is not transiting anything too much stronger right now, but definitely will with Pluto before it exits, which is in retrograde still. It was the first planet to go in retrograde, and we are in retrograde season. Saturn is in retrograde. It began on May the 23rd, and on the 29th, which is tomorrow, Mercury goes into retrograde. Mercury is stable at 24 degrees. So let's talk about the Mercury transit right now. The Mercury transits. Let's go with the good first. Mercury is conjunct Venus. Conjunct means blended energy. As you can see, Venus is in Gemini. Mercury is at home in Gemini, stable at 24 degrees. Venus is in Gemini at 23 degrees, getting ready to go into 24 degrees in a few minutes. And Venus, meaning all things beauty and love, and Mercury, meaning all things communication. And actually, when Mercury goes retrograde, Venus will be the stronger aspect, the head aspect, because Mercury being retrograde, but Mercury being the fastest planet always goes first until it's in retrograde, and it'll conjunct Venus again. However, Venus will keep going and soon be in Cancer. Moving on, Mercury conjunct Venus. This is communication about love, beauty, and money. So talk with your significant other, do something different with your look, or come up with creative ways to get more money. And I think that's easy with Jupiter being in Pisces, so get it popping. All right, let's move on to the tough part of Mercury, the tough aspect. Mercury squaring Neptune, and this has been going on for a while, yeah, and it will go on for a while because Neptune being an outer planet, it is sitting at 22 degrees. The degrees are important for the aspects. So Mercury is sitting at 22 degrees, and Neptune is sitting at 22 degrees, and Mercury is in stabilized, meaning it's not moving forward or backwards right now at 24 degrees. So they are definitely aspecting each other. Mercury just passed the 22 degree mark, and now it's getting ready to go back into the 22 degree mark with Neptune. So it would be square in a while. So this is a significant square. Square means conflict. And Mercury being the inner planet, the fastest planet, it focuses on your individual self. Neptune being an outer planet, it focuses more on the collective and what we idealize, what we are inspired by, and where we have faith in and belief. So, Neptune is in Pisces and Mercury again is in Gemini. We're talking about the modes. So squaring happens with the modes. Communication versus what we idolize. Watch out for illusions, and this is significant. As you see, I've written on the bottom of my whiteboard that it's time to really turn off the TV. It's really time to detach. Pisces being the last sign, it's time to get ready for the new, which is the next square we're going to talk about. But talk to yourself spiritually and spiritually deal with yourself. Do that shadow work. Neptune is an outer planet, out so far that it's something that you need to deal with deep down. Being in Pisces at home. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. So these are deep things that we have to spiritually deal with intuitively. Water sign. Flow with it, but deal with it. Go to the deepest dark parts of it and figure it out. Don't use this time, because especially when Mercury's going into retrograde tomorrow and the shadow period is wild already. And the shadow period has been 10 days before Mercury started retrograde. Usually it's like a week, but you can really feel it at 10 degrees, especially because Mercury's at home in Gemini, or Gemini's at home in Mercury. And it'll be 10 days after June the 22nd, which when things will be kind of back to normal as far as communication, information, and all things electronic. So this is not a good time for new contracts. Don't get pulled in a bubble, that is perspective of another person, which is about the idealization of Neptune. This is just time to also slow down. Make sure you're checking over everything, especially all things electronic, email, time. Go early, for appointments. It's going to be heavy. I'm not going to do too much about it, though. We'll get more into Mercury retrograde as we go through it, because this is going to be an interesting one. All right, speaking of squares again, Saturn square Uranus. This is another one that's going to last a while and has been lasting a while and will happen all year, but it will be exact in 3 times this year. It was back in January, on January the 6th. We all know what happened on January the 6th. The next one is in July. I can't remember the date. I will have it for you more. I should have had it tonight. Sorry. Saturn square Uranus. This is working with authority when it doesn't work anymore. And this is at strong degrees, as a matter of fact. So Saturn is in Aquarius in retrograde at 13 degrees. So it's getting ready to go back to where Uranus is at 12 degrees of Taurus. So this is the old versus the new again. This is the new, saying, this is me breaking through. This is me being a changed person. This is me with new beliefs. This is me affecting the rest of the world and them doing the same with themselves. And Saturn is working hard with your authority figure, but it doesn't work anymore. You know, redeveloping your boss attitude, because a lot of people are going back to work, but now it looks different. And now people want different from their job, or they can get different by being their own boss. And that's just the way it is. And Saturn being the last inner planet, it is like the HNIC of the inner planets. So it's like you have to boss up when Saturn is squaring Uranus to get ready for the new, or else you are going to fail. Unfortunately. I'm a Capricorn moon, so I'm kind of not a sugarcoater. I do not sugarcoat. I'm really realistic, and that's all Saturn is about. Saturn rules Capricorn. So that's all I'm about, is being realistic with you all, being responsible with how I give information. And now that it's Mercury in retrograde, I really have to slow down when I speak. Working on it hard, y'all. The last thing we want to talk about is the moon, going back to the moon, sextiling Jupiter. Or did we do this one? Yes, we did this one. What is the last one? Oh, the sextile between Saturn and Chiron. That's the sextile I want to talk about. So Saturn and Chiron, sextile and Chiron. Saturn again is in Aquarius in retrograde. Sextile and Chiron in Aries. That is a good compatibility between the air and fire signs. So Saturn again is authority, responsibility, and structure. Chiron is the wounded healer, which is here to acknowledge your trauma. This is a good time to recognize yourself more as, again, the authority figure, the one in charge, the boss of yourself. Own your own powers and strength and honor it. And less on outsiders who are bosses too, because there is no competition. You are an individual with Saturn in Aquarius. You are a unique boss. Everybody can be a boss. Yes, we can. You are a unique boss, and you need to heal from feeling like you have to be about any bosses, any other bosses, if that makes sense. So that was quick, y'all. Everything else, the ascendant is in Capricorn, which is kind of giving us all those who have Capricorn in their chart, or 10th house heavy. You are definitely hardworking now. It's a good time to put together creative projects. It's definitely a good time with the aspects of Jupiter being in Pisces with this Capricorn moon. So I would use these 2 days to get busy and hard work. I know it's Friday, but it's always a good day to work hard on your dreams. All right? Y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening and day and weekend. Shout out to Memorial Day weekend. Shout out to all Geminis and Gemini season right now. The Gemini season, we got to come back on. We got to do more on that. Ooh. And I will talk with you all soon. It's almost the end of the week and already time to talk about next week. And next week will be fully fledged in this Mercury retrograde. So let's see what's happening. Let's get it popping. We just had the eclipse last night. So much is happening, y'all. We'll have the new moon and the solar eclipse coming up soon, in less than 2 weeks. So it's a lot, y'all, and I appreciate you all stepping into your own powers and learning about what and how to do it and when to do it and why you should. You can reach me at getalife@icloud.com or TEAEMZEETMZ@gmail.com for your birth chart readings, or any readings that you might have questions about on your birth charts, your current birth charts, or any questions at all that you might think affect your path, your present, your future, your past, present, and future. Which is why we read our birth charts and see how they connect to the current charts of life, which is daily. Daily charts for astrology, just like weather forecasts. All right, y'all. Talk with you soon. Peace.